And welcome. We are back.
Listen,
thank
welcome
you,
back
ladies
to
and
the
gentlemen.
Free Gems Podcast, ladies
Free
and
Gems
gentlemen.
Podcast.
You are here tuned in with episode 135.
135 here with your guests. K Singo in the building. Feel me? G's in the building. You know how we
sir.
do.
Yes.
Y'all
the guests,
January.
we the hosts, but we here.
You feel me? It's January, we still 2025 in it. Hopefully everybody is caught up and still going hard with the New Year's resolutions and all that. You feel me?
Yeah, because this is day 8 of this 2025 shit. This shit is getting out of hand. I'm going to come clean.
Bro, out of hand is, bro, every day.
Every day.
Something, every day. Yo.
Every day. Wait, I think this is our first time recording since the New Year's.
Yeah,
It is, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Word.
That's a fact.
Because there's been so much happening that we didn't even cover on our list of shit that happened.
I know.
That we got to make sure we
there's
double back on what happened last
so-
week. Because, all right.
So much is going on.
Yeah, I think first, matter of fact, damn, I don't even know where to go with that because I don't want to just go back. Listen, first, I just need to say one thing. I might swerve in that quarter. Whoa. Yo, bro.
Yo.
Shout out to my son Jello.
Jello Ball? Yo.
Why Jello Ball got a hit and LeVar Ball is 3 for 3 with fucking diamond platinum sons? Like this motherfucker right here, son.
Yo.
Talk about it.
Who would have, if you would have told me 5 years ago that Jello Ball would have a hot single right now,
a potential top 10 hit one day,
bro. You got the Lions tweeting it, you got the NFL tweeting it, like it's vibe
in that corner.
Whoa. It got me feeling like the big timers. You feel me? Got me feeling like Manny Fresh.
That shit feel like the soundtrack to fucking Bad Boys 2. Like
it reminds me of NFL Street 2. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's giving Nelly and the Saint Lunatics, like, you feel me, like
Ludacris and the piece.
Like
I'm getting that vibe from him. I'm not gonna lie.
Like that throw them, boy. Like it's giving all those vibes,
shit.
all those early 2000s
and people are
vibes.
fucking with it. And Jello, LeVar, you did it again, LeVar. You did it again.
Y'all kind of want to do the chicken head of that. You feel me?
They wasn't chicky. Listen,
bro, I'm telling you, it's giving them to early 2000s vibes. Jello Ball.
That shit is a movie. That shit sound like it's supposed to be on Need for Speed, the video game, PlayStation 2. I just made y'all look. That's how I know I'm 30.
I saw it was like it was top like 13 or something as far as debuts, something like that. Like what?
Yeah, this shit is a joke, son.
It's
you
hilarious.
can work your ass off your whole life, be 6'7", do nothing but play basketball for a living, and then one day you get in the studio, make a song just fucking around, play that shit on somebody's stream just fucking around, and now this motherfucker might be selling out shows in the next couple weeks. Who knows?
And it's funny
but
because
would you be surprised if you see Jello coming to your city selling out Webster Hall? Absolutely not.
You know it's funny because
not be surprised.
when the snippet came out, everybody was gassing up. The snippet sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a lot of times where artists will drop the snippet and the song doesn't match, or the song doesn't get the hype the snippet got.
Right.
But I seen Moneybagg said he wanted to be on it.
Yeah.
Boosie said he wanted to be on it.
Boosie going on there would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Nah. Jello Ball's going crazy right now.
This shit is a joke.
It's hilarious, bro. It's absolutely hilarious. Like the Lions just clinched the #1 seed, and right after Dance Campbell, he was like, "Yo, throw in that Jello." That's all you heard was throw in that Jello. Yo,
that's fire though. Shout out to him. He having a moment. That's dope.
Actually, since we're talking about Jello Ball and everything, I wanted to bring up something that happened in the recent past. I don't know if you remember him and Cam were going back and forth.
They were.
Him and Cam were going back and forth, and it was on something like
Jello was claiming he wasn't a legend.
He wasn't a legend and everything. And Cam was when he was comparing artists to athletes. He was talking about how going platinum is like a ring, and how many platinum plaques you have is how many rings you have. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that actual comparison. As far as if you're 5 times platinum, that means you have 5 rings. As far as a compare and contrast, I want to know your thoughts on that.
I mean, I guess it's comparable to a ring in the sense that it's like it's one of the highest accomplishments. Mm-hmm. It definitely puts you in a certain category. It's just the amount of people that have platinum hits and the amount of people that can like. I don't want to say talentlessly, but you don't necessarily need to have a certain level of talent to get a platinum hit. You could just swerve in that corner, whoa, and that shit'll come. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's that easy, but it's just exponentially more difficult to make it to the league then get on a team, become an intricate part to a point where y'all go to a fucking playoff run, go to a chip, win a chip. There's only been like 80-some champions. Like how many the NBA championships been being recognized as a universal trophy? Like not the basketball championship. I'm talking about NBA. Like how there's a Super Bowl era.
Yeah.
There's only been 50-some Super Bowls still. Like how many championships have been
That's
in
a
NBA?
great question. They don't really count it like that.
I feel like they didn't start really counting championships like the 60s in the NBA.
But you know how they have in the Super Bowl, they say like Super Bowl 50, Super Bowl 60. They don't have it like that. It's just NBA Finals 20, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever year
that's
it is.
what I'm
You know
saying.
what I mean? Like, it's
but
not,
what I'm saying, there's only been like 80 people that ever do that. There's been literally hundreds of artists to go platinum. Like it's I think it's night and day as far as like how difficult it is. But I see what he's doing.
You know what's funny? I think there's a better comparison. I think that winning a ring is more comparable to winning a Grammy.
That's literally what I was gonna say next, but I didn't want to cut you off.
I think
I'm glad I didn't.
I think that's more comparable to winning a Grammy because you got to realize when you're a champion, no matter what it is, that means that either if it was an individual performance or it was a team, you were the best individual that year or the best team that year. Yeah. Same thing with a Grammy. No matter whatever category you're in,
Boom.
that means you won for that year. So I feel like a going platinum is more like a Pro Bowl or like an All-Star game. You know, like I'm a 10-time All-Star.
Yeah,
but I got
I like
2
that.
Grammys.
You're right.
You feel me? But I got 2 rings. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's a better comparison than
Definitely more like an All-Star, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that it's easy to go platinum, please. Let me make sure I don't try to...
Nobody... No.
Swerve on the wall.
Nobody ever said it was easy to go platinum. It ain't easy to be an All-Star. Yeah. It ain't easy to go to the Pro Bowl.
Right.
You know, but I feel like that's more comparable, and having a Grammy is more comparable to a ring because you were the best for that year. Yeah. You had the album of the year.
It's
you know
also 1,000 times more difficult to get a Grammy than it is to go platinum. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How many people go platinum every year? How many people go to the All-Star game every year? How many people? But how many people win rings every year? Yeah, how many people win?
Regardless, I get what Cam was trying to say.
No, of course.
I know one of Cam's main points in that conversation was, listen, I am 100 times better as a rapper than you are as a basketball player, which made a lot of fucking sense. Like you ain't even been able to touch the real regular season court yet, Jello. No disrespect. But that's how Cam's looking at it. Like, yo, you never even made a real roster gang. You was on G Leagues. Like, you ain't never stepped foot on a regular court yet. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I came out hot. I came out G League, and Cam was damn near in the real G League for basketball. You know what I'm saying? But like, Cam came out hot in the mixtape world, which is like, I guess, the G League. Like, already on the underground, was already rubbing shoulders with all the legends without necessarily his family being like, you know, the reason why. Like, if it wasn't for his, I mean, Joe's a good basketball player. Don't get me wrong. He was popping, but if it wasn't for LaMelo and Lonzo, they would be an afterthought. He would be an afterthought. He would just be, oh yeah, I remember that kid. He was the tattoo kid that went to Chino Hills.
Yeah,
that was averaging 40 at Chino Hills, which was great. But his relevance is definitely there because of his brothers the last like 2, 3, 4 years now. And so it's like,
that's true.
Cam came out hot by himself and became platinum artist, became a legend from New York City, became a staple, had a 5-year run that not too many can compare to. So I'm like, yeah, I feel Cam on that.
Absolutely.
He was 10 times better as a rapper than Jello is a basketball player.
I just wanted to talk about the comparison. And it's funny because Cam was like, yeah, you said nobody ever see me in the top 5. He was like, you from Chino Hills. I don't expect you to know my music.
Yeah.
It was just funny. It was just funny. But now I just wanted to know what you got on as far as that comparison is concerned. Mm-hmm. But
I definitely feel that. But yeah, man, shout out to Jello. Hopefully that shit take off for you, bro. That shit, we jacking that shit. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's
she's jacking it.
And it's not some shit. It's not some like underground like.
No, that shit went straight to the mainstream. And it's just funny because like seeing that shit happen. The fact that we've been talking about this topic for like 15 minutes is hilarious. But yeah, shout out to Jello, man. I think he got one, and it's just funny because like we know he's from a nice place, grew up mom and dad. He can't act like super gangster, but we here for it. We don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He not talking no super gangster on the song.
No, he not.
It was dope though. It's dope to see how that shit works, man. Shout out to him.
Let's see what happens because I feel like he was just messing around with that. Let's see if it actually transpires into something.
I don't care if it do. I just want that one song.
I just want to see. I just want to see.
I want to see that shit on the soundtrack to some movie. I feel like.
And I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those that has like 50 remixes. You feel me? With mad different verses. Because like I said, Moneybagg, Boozy reached out. I'm sure other artists reach out trying to get a verse on there. So.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy. Yo.
That's really crazy.
You really blink, look up, and motherfuckers is asking to be on your song.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yo, life is crazy.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But I mean, I definitely we missed the whole topic because last week because it happened the day after. But I feel like we got. This is why I didn't want to open the show when I realized we didn't even get to talk about this. But bro, we got to talk about the terrorist attack down in New Orleans that happened, and the blowing up of the Tesla in front of the Trump building.
Yo,
like that happened.
That
like,
happened
the day before after we recorded. Yeah. I feel like we recorded New Year's Eve.
Because I was
and
for
that
the
happened
Sugar
New Year's
Bowl.
Day.
Sugar Bowl got postponed for a day.
So, first of all, we definitely gotta say rest in peace to everybody who lost their life in that situation in New Orleans.
Tragic,
bro. Beyond tragic. Did you see that shit on Twitter?
Yo, yeah, I saw it.
But did you see that?
Yes.
Shit?
Yes, you talking about
the actual footage of people getting hit.
Yes,
and getting swung across the street by a fucking Ram truck. Yo, bro, insane, man. That shit is like some of the scariest shit I've ever seen, bro. Cause like if you watch that footage, man, you see
it's
that
scary.
Truck,
it was scary,
bro. He busted a right onto that side street where he knew people were gonna be standing outside, and literally it's like it was like the way there was a police car parked here, and he went. He had to go around the police car in order to make the right he made. And like as soon as because there was traffic, so as soon as he kind of creeped over in front of the police car, he just like takes off. Like, and mind you, there's people walking. Like he there's traffic, and he's bending the corner slow. No pun intended. Don't do that because I seen you have to go. Whoa. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this.
No,
this is real.
It's not funny. It's not
funny.
Right.
Right. He bent the right. And as soon as he bends the right, there's a bunch of people there, and he just boom, like he accelerates, and he literally just like, bro, you just start seeing bodies flying. Like you start seeing people kicking out to the right and to the left, bodies flying. They got a bunch of different like ring cameras and surveillance cameras of like him barreling down the sidewalk going like 50, 60, trying to hit as many people as possible, and like people just barely missing out, getting out the way. Then you see pictures of the aftermath, and there's literally motherfuckers. I seen a motherfucker's foot by his head bent up. Like it was just wild. Certain people were getting literally ran over by a giant pickup truck. These shits are 2-3 times heavier than an average car.
Yeah.
And bro, by the time he finally ends up crashing into some construction equipment, he hops out and starts dumping. He hops out and starts letting off shots. And it was just wild because motherfuckers were recording this shit firsthand that were watching the car just crash, who didn't realize that, he just ran over people just 30, 40, 50 yards up the block. Like, they just like, this guy just crashed to this random shit. And as soon as he hops out, as soon as the door opens, you hear, do. And the dude that's recording went from, this is crazy to, shit, they shooting. And it's just like, yo, could you imagine that shit? I'm talking about bro was this close to the car, like, this dude just crashed, and then, yes, do. And he's like, shit. And he just, it's like, yo, bro. Man, you know how fucking how traumatizing. How am I supposed to cross the street again? How am I supposed to party outside?
You there for New Year's?
How am I supposed to celebrate New Year's?
You there for New Year's in New Orleans, and something like that happens, and it's crazy. Life is so crazy. The fact that stuff like that just gets brushed over. Yeah. So much stuff goes on that we're so desensitized to stuff like that.
That was 7 days ago. We almost forgot completely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Stuff happens so often that we're just so desensitized to it that it's just another day, another tragedy. But it's
13 people I heard so far.
I heard dead. Like 13 died.
Dead. Yes, over 30-something injured. Because plenty of people got trampled, plenty of people got hit and just didn't die. Because you got to understand, he hopped out and started shooting the crowd too. Like, because people made a crowd when they seen a big-ass car crash. Because like you said, it's so in the moment, you just hit those people seconds ago. Nobody realizes this car even hit a bunch of people up the street.
You just see a car crash.
It's just pandemonium everywhere. Nobody really knows what the fuck's going on up the street. By the time you're like checking out what's going on up the street, this motherfucker done crashed in front of you. You're like, oh, shit. But the footage on Twitter, bro, is really fucking spooky because, Twitter holds back nothing, and you're seeing that shit, and I'm like, I could not imagine ever, like, with the kind of PTSD that has to cause.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You're just crossing the street, and there's a car right here, you're walking right past it. How many times in New York City do you do that on a daily basis?
All the time.
Like, you're just crossing the street, and the cars that are supposed to be turning right, they're waiting, kind of already turned. They're just like waiting for the crosswalk to clear, and this dude waited for the crosswalk to be as busy as possible to hit the accelerate. Boom, right in front of a cop. When I'm talking about a cop's car, he bent in front of a cop's car. And I'm like, yo, imagine being that cop too. Like, you just watched the motherfucker do that live in person this close through the windshield. Like, whoa. And he couldn't even chase the dude because he had to deal with the fact that he just hit like 5 people.
Yeah, the people.
The immediate people that got hit it was insane to see how somebody just could look at a group of people and go, accelerate. Boom. And that car's so big and powerful, it went right through them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. That shit was just disgusting to watch, bro. And like they're saying he has ties to, all types of, the terroristic communities or terrorist communities or whatever it is they're trying to tie him into. I haven't heard exactly what group, but
I haven't heard yet either.
I know that the police, all the agencies, they ran down his house in Houston where they found bomb making equipment in his house.
Oh.
And Houston's pretty close to New Orleans, so they arrested the people that were in that house, and they're trying to investigate and see like what else was going on, because there's also allegedly they're saying that he was planting bombs around the city of New Orleans. Yeah, there were a lot of shit is unraveling. Because in the midst of all that,
Riddler shit.
Did you see the Tesla that exploded in front of Trump Tower in Las Vegas?
It was a Cybertruck, right?
I believe it was. Yeah,
it was a Cybertruck right outside.
That was just casually parked. And I thought, the shit lit on fire and somebody walked away. No.
What?
Did you see the footage?
Yeah, I saw it. Like literally, just
that shit. Boom! Like anybody would have been next to that shit, they would have died.
Yeah,
like it was some straight Transporter 3 like car bomb. Like
that's some diddler shit,
bro. I'm trying to figure out. What type of shit is that?
What is it? Yeah, I want to know. I saw that, but I'm trying to like unpack that. Like, what was that about?
They say that terrorist attack in New Orleans is the second largest terrorist attack ever done on American soil now, with 13 casualties. The first was 9/11, which killed over 3,000. But yeah, because every other big killing like that has done by an American, to Americans.
So the dude was an American?
Of course not. You ain't see the dude?
That don't mean nothing. Just because looking at him don't mean he's not American.
I mean,
you feel me?
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
I'm saying that's not what I meant. That sounded crazy now.
You feel me? Like what does America look like? You feel me? I don't know.
I forget the dude. The dude's. I mean, it's clear that he's like on radical Muslim timing. That's what I'm saying. Like but every other mass killing like that has been done not with like a not with foreign terrorist intentions.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Like it wasn't a foreign terroristic attack. It was a domestic American that attacked American.
School shooter.
Exactly.
Or
shit like that.
Movie shooter. Yeah.
Exactly.
Domestic.
School shooters, movie shooters. It wasn't based on a religious belief or any overseas ties. It was just somebody acted upon themselves. This they're saying is definitely a terroristic attack. They're trying to say it's not, but. I mean, there's no coincidence.
I would actually disagree with that, as far as not what you're saying, but the reporting of it, of not being, just because an American does the crime doesn't mean it's not terrorism. And that's the problem, I think, is to where. But
they're saying that I mean, which other American attack could we say was based on like religious beliefs that we've seen? Like,
I said terrorism. Dylan Roof literally walked into church and killed them because they were black.
Right.
That should be terrorism, but. How we look at it in America, when that happens, we don't see that as terrorism. Only when foreign entities do that. Okay. But when people, if a white supremacist came in and did something like that, or in what happened in Buffalo at the supermarket, he was literally attacking black people. That
true.
Is terrorism. But we don't see it as terrorism because they have to be brown. They have to be from somewhere else. They have to be Muslim in order for us to look at it as terrorism. That's still terrorism.
That is true.
Terrorism
in a literal sense is to use to use terror to control people and to gain power.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that's literally what it is.
Exactly. But we don't look at the white boy as a terrorist because he's American.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the unfortunate lens that we look at things in. We look at him as the Lone Ranger. We look at him as what was his background like. We look at him as like what was his childhood like. He didn't have any friends growing up.
Yeah.
Or this incident, that incident, it's an isolated incident. We don't look at that as terrorism.
Yeah.
And what we do, we buy Dylan Roof Burger King right after the shooting. It's the lens that we look at it. But there have been domestic terrorists. We just don't look at them as terrorists. They have to be brown. They have to have a beard. They have to be from the Middle East in order for us to look at it as terrorism.
I definitely see what you're saying, and I feel like it's definitely one of those. It's definitely a racial thing from the way America paints
Of course.
but it's also a way of them.
Absolutely.
They're trying to make sure they separate and categorize. I guess like, nah, we're gonna call this terrorism, so there's a certain title to it, so there's a certain hate level for that group of people, which is all racially based.
Of course.
But I feel like that's why they're trying to do it, because they're trying to make sure that's our one op right there. Yeah, there's a bunch of local groups that's within America that are using terrorism, which is
by definition.
By definition, they're using terrorism, which their attacks would be terrorist attacks. But we're not calling that because we're not scared of 40 white boys in the middle of a field in Nebraska trying to take over the local government. We're not scared of that.
No.
Al Qaeda is where the fuck we scared of.
That's what I'm
so
talking
we're gonna
about.
make sure we call
there.
that terrorism, and we make sure that these people are racially profiled every time they walk through the airport, because that's our number one enemy. That's how. I'm not speaking from my perspective, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
America,
just going
baby.
off what
America.
just going off what it feels like is going on.
The Lone Ranger versus the jihadists. So if I forgot how you ever say it.
I don't know, man. This shit is
Speaking of terrorism, I think they charged Luigi with terrorism.
Yeah, but I feel like somebody was just saying, like, I see. Well, you know what? It was like a meme. They were like, it was actually speaking on what you were just saying. They were like, how is the New Orleans thing not terrorism, but Luigi is terrorism? And it's like, what's going on? I don't know. I'm fucking confused. But I don't think it's crazy to think like a Tesla truck blew up in front of Trump Tower, and you were just speaking about how Elon Musk is just a terrible person and a piece of shit, and tied into a bunch of this other fuck shit that's with the government. And it's like, hey, look, they're gonna blow up Elon's truck
right in front of Trump Tower,
Trump's building. It was like, oh, okay, I see what Kamo's talking about. He might be on something.
Bro, listen,
he's on to something.
Well, we can get into that, but we got a lot. We got a bunch of other shit. Got a lot to get into.
I just really felt like we needed to at least shed light on that and say rest in peace to everybody who lost their life. And prayers up to everybody who just had to deal with that, scene that,
especially going into the new year, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like
literally hours into the new year.
You trying to celebrate. You trying to have you going out there to have a celebration, entering the new year.
Somewhere as beautiful as New Orleans, with the ambience that New Orleans has to it. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's just a sad situation. Moving on. Did you listen to Drake's drop at all?
Drake drop? What the fuck?
Bro, what do you...
Drake dropped, Baby dropped, and I didn't need none of this shit.
You ain't hear
all
Drake
I heard
freestyle?
Was, I'm a swerve in that corner. Whoa. Yo, bro, nobody's drop mattered besides Jello dropping. Talk to me. What happened during Drake's drop? Is he talking about Kendrick? That's what I need to know.
Yeah, apparently, he addressed Kendrick. Apparently, he was coming at LeBron. He was coming at DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, fuck LeBron. If I'm Drake, I'm saying fuck LeBron.
I think me as a LeBron fan, I think LeBron handled it very. He didn't handle it the right way. The whole situation, like, especially if that's your boy and all. But yeah, apparently he was. It was some cryptic something or. To where I'm paraphrasing, to where don't something basically he has information that'll ruin his the
Wait. Drake said that about Bron?
I don't know if it was about LeBron or DeMar, but it was he said he has information that'll shatter the public image or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think like I said, I don't think LeBron handled the situation well, especially that's your boy. Apparently LeBron tried to reach out to Drake. Drake didn't want to hear anything about it. And I feel like I spoke about this before, that DeMar was definitely caught in a tough situation because LeBron doesn't LeBron is LeBron, but DeMar he has ties to Compton, literally name dropped him in a song, and not like us, literally name dropped him, and I feel like either way, somebody would have said he was wrong, like. He was name dropped in the song. Oh, you're not gonna pop out to the pop out with us. You're not gonna come to the video shoot with us. Like everybody you grew up with, this is the gang, this is the hood. You know what I mean? And then he still has ties to Drake. So I feel like either way he would have been wrong if he showed up to the video shoot. If he didn't show up to the video shoot, somebody would have. I think
LeBron out of pocket though. You right?
LeBron out of pocket.
Because like LeBron, you too big, bro. The second you decide to pop out, bro, it looks like you're gonna have anybody who's a LeBron fan is gonna think that the right thing to do is root for Kendrick because LeBron was at the pop out show. So I feel why Drake is upset. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, as much as Drake has been like literally instrumental to LeBron's career, like he's been the soundtrack to like it may not mean nothing to y'all.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? That was the whole LeBron James movie. Like that was the theme song for it. It's like, and that was like them blowing up around the same time. Well, LeBron was already big by the time Drake came out, but like. They're kind of like damn near the same age too. Like they're
they are. They're around the same
literally,
age.
they're like 2-3 years apart. It's like damn. You fake violated.
Yeah,
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. He wild out. But
I'm sure Bron probably
yeah.
has more real conversations with Kendrick
And
than with Drake.
at the end of the day, we don't know what really going on. You know what I mean? We don't know them personally. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
And I feel like those people actually have personal connections.
That's what I'm saying.
It's more than just Twitter and all that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Billionaires can only hang out with billionaires, so they probably do hang out.
And
or have gotten to
it. The song is actually called "Fighting Irish," which is hilarious. You know, St. Vincent, St. Mary's.
Oh no,
LeBron's high school.
I know, but I didn't remember them being called the Fighting Irish. I don't think anybody in the world knew that.
But
you. Nobody knew that but you. I was thinking Notre Dame. That was the first thing that came to my head. You said that shit like, yeah, St. Vincent, St. Mary. I'm like, what?
But
I'm like, Notre Dame?
Drake was talking though. I mean, Drake, we all know Drake is very talented. Regardless, you know, he's always been very talented.
We're going to see, man, because, listen, I need to see. I know Kendrick finna drop another album after Super Bowl. I don't know if it's gonna be directly after the Super Bowl, but that'd be the smartest thing to do. But yeah, we on the way. Kendrick on the way. We about to address all that fuck shit. Drake, you and your little Canadian goons over there, top 5 are going to get you indicted. Y'all stay over there and just fucking wait. All right, we're coming. And by we, I mean me and the whole TDE, you know what I'm saying, the whole PG Lang squad.
And Mr. Litigation. We'll see what comes out of that. Mr. Litigation.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah, I know you did, Mr. Litigation. Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
It's the first. This has been a lot of firsts in this rap beef. This is definitely the first time somebody got whipped into a litigation though.
Yeah. Now speaking of litigations too, I need to know your thoughts on what the fuck's going on over with Skip Bayless and Joy Taylor over at ESPN. Fox Sports at FS1.
Yo, FS Sports, yo.
Please, yo, because I keep seeing that shit
You
left and right.
You haven't heard.
I've not dived into the story, but if they putting any freaky allegations on my son Skip, all I'm gonna say is Skip is innocent. He ain't do it.
Oh no.
Skip, no, please say it ain't so, Skip.
So
Skip, no, you're like the white Bill Cosby right now. Don't do this. Skip, do not do this.
Let me tell.
Fuck.
I read it. So.
I knew you did.
The suit is coming from a former hairdresser at FS1.
Right.
A former hairdresser.
Joy Taylor's a hairdresser.
Yes, but she used to do everyone's hair.
Yeah,
so
I think she came in through Joy Taylor, but let me shut up.
She's alleging that Joy Taylor, at first Joy took her to dinner with some guy.
Charlie.
Some older guy.
Charlie, the white guy.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Okay. He was an exec,
Charlie,
FS1, and at first the girl didn't know who the guy was, but he could tell there was something going on between them.
And mind you, Joy is a married woman
at that time. That time, and come to find out that he ends up being the executive of FS1, and Joy's husband finds out that she was messing with the exec. They're only married for like a year. They got divorced. Not only that is. She also said that the exec was brushing up on her something very inappropriate or whatever.
The hairdresser.
Yeah, the hairdresser said that. And she told Joy she voiced her concerns with Joy, and Joy was like, well, I mean, you're only in the position because of him, you know, basically like tough it up. Like you should better shut your ass up type shit.
Right.
And then she also has another dinner with Joy and Emmanuel Acho. Mm-hmm. The hairdresser didn't know who Emmanuel Acho was.
Right.
Find out once they get to work, she sees Emmanuel Acho, and Joy tells the hairdresser that Joy wants Emmanuel Acho to recommend her for the first things first show,
right? In
order to get on the show. So she finds out Joy was sleeping with him as well as the exec.
And she fucking Emmanuel Acho and
yes.
Oh, it's fucking lit. Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
Yes.
This shit just starting to get interesting.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yes.
And then we haven't mentioned Skip Bayless yet, ladies and gentlemen. This shit finna get real.
It's coming. And then Joy tells the girl's like, yo, you better be careful doing all this on work or whatever. Joy basically tells her, don't worry, if anything happens, if shit hits the fan, or if I get demoted or blackboard or fired or whatever, I'll just say the exec forced me to do it. That's what Joy Taylor told the hairdresser. She said, don't worry, I got a contingency plan if anything hits the fan. So that was on the Joy Taylor side. Hold that thought. Hold that. And so now she was saying how Skip Bayless was making advancement after advancement after advancement on her. Advancement touching inappropriate and everything.
Joy Taylor said Skip Bayless was making
I'm sorry, the hairdresser.
Who is this hairdresser? I didn't hear Instagram. Why is everybody trying to fuck her?
The hairdresser said
everybody trying to crash out on the hairdresser.
Skip Bayless was inappropriate touching, trying to advancement, and she said, Skip, don't you have a wife? And the hairdresser's Muslim, or he thought she was Muslim. She was like, doesn't your father have like 3 or 4 wives? Oh. That's what Skip said. Apparently.
Wow.
And allegedly, Skip was trying to pay 1.5 for the box.
What?
Skip was trying to pay 1.5.
And she ain't left something hit?
No. Apparently she was trying to pay Skip was trying to pay 1.5 for the box. So that's why he was in a lawsuit. So
1.5, he don't deserve a lawsuit. He deserves a fucking receipt. And you should give him that fucking box. What are you talking about? 1.5? You're bugging.
But so apparently Skip was trying to break the bag for her. And Joy Taylor's situation, she was talking about she felt like she was being coerced by Joy and everything, and how she was moving and everything. And yeah, I want to know your thoughts on that.
I can't get past 1.5 for the box.
1.5
I'm saying, Skip, I got somebody for you, gang. 1.5 for the box, 10% of that, I get you the baddest bitch in your life.
I'll just want 10.
Yo, bro, what? 1.5 for the box is crazy. Skip, what's going on? Skip, I think this is more important than anything. I think we need to get down to the bottom of why would Skip ever offer 1.5 for the box, if anything? What's going on?
That's a lonely man.
But thing is, he is married, and like I always thought Skip was like on some asexual. I don't even know what asexual means, but I thought Skip just didn't even get horny, son. The way he be talking like, yo, I'm only devoted to sports. I only got married if my wife understood she came second to sports. So I'm thinking pussy is obsolete to Skip. He not even thinking about that. So for him to be offering 1.5 for the box is fucking insane, because how much money Skip got? What the fuck got going on? I'm so interested in Skip's situation.
Trying to break the
I don't even care about the allegations no more. 1.5 for the box, Skip. We will get you on Figueroa in Los Angeles, and I promise you, for a 10 for that, we gonna get you right, gang. Get you a wife,
so
a El Salvadorian wife. What the fuck are you talking about? 1.5 for the box.
See,
Joy, you's a nasty bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
If
allegedly you got this shit going on for real, and you fucking multiple people at the job, while you got a husband at home, you's a wicked woman. You's a wicked woman. But at the same time, I feel you. Sometimes you gotta fuck your way to the top. She was trying to fuck her way to the top. Now, do I think that's the best way to go about it? No. Do I think that, hey, it is what it is? Yeah, because it is what it is. 'Cause it's gonna keep happening. It's only gonna keep happening. Men are gonna keep abusing their power, and they're gonna keep abusing that they have. We're gonna keep. I don't want to say we. They're gonna keep abusing, their power and their position over people to get sexual things accomplished. Like it's disgusting, but it is what it is. Like it's gonna keep happening, no matter how much you call it out. The only thing you can do is double back and call it out. But for Joy to say, hey, don't worry, if I get caught, we'll just say that he was forcing me to do it, is some wicked shit.
Yo, that's
some wicked shit.
I wanted to circle back to that.
Certain place of hell. You're gonna have a 2-story penthouse in hell for some shit like that. What are you talking about?
that is what exactly what I was about to circle back to. So Joy Taylor want to sleep way to the top. I mean, it happens.
Right.
Game is game.
It's gonna keep happening.
But it's women who think like Joy, I think, are bottom of the barrel type of people in this. I think they're very evil. And people who think like Joy undermine the real victims and undermine the real allegations of people who were really sexually assaulted out here. And it's people like Joy where a lot of people don't believe the victims because people are so ready and so quick to cry wolf. Mm-hmm. If shit hits the fan, I can just boom. He made me do it, and she knows she can garner so much sympathy from that, just like this. Yep. And the thing about an allegation is, no matter the result of the allegation, there will always be that what if. There will always be that side of people, no matter which way it goes. To be even if 100% exonerated, there'll always be that side of people who will always think that person is guilty, regardless.
Yep.
You know how many people have lost their lives, lost their careers, lost their families,
took their lives,
been in prison over some false allegations. The fact that you would have that in the back of your mind, she's a piece of shit.
Planning it consciously, very
that's
well
what I'm saying.
aware.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
very
not like
cunning.
some shit hit the fan.
Very cunning
already. She was
cunning.
No.
Don't
worry.
We're good. She's a by any means. I don't care who I have to drag down. I'm going. You know,
I'm gonna fuck that by that.
No,
guy.
no. That the women who think like her,
deplorable.
Oh, the bottom of the barrel type people in this world. Literally, literally, and they make it so hard. And I'm normally the person when allegations come out. I'm normally give women the benefit of the doubt for the most part, but. People that don't, she's one of the reasons why people don't. And that needs to be called out even more. There needs to be a rally cry of women who are speaking out against women like that.
And make no mistake, though, Charlie's still in the wrong. The executive's still in the wrong.
Absolutely.
I don't want to make no mistake. It seems like we just defending this guy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. You're still in the wrong. You definitely, especially when you're that high, you're an executive. You're not just a co-worker. Emmanuel Cho and her are on the same level. I don't think that's technically like illegal. You know, but like it's actually illegal to be dealing with somebody who's a higher up. Like for a higher up to be dealing with somebody.
I think it's called quid pro quo.
You would know a lot better than I would, but I know for a fact like that's a lawsuit in almost any job. If the manager is fucking with somebody that's under them, it's a problem. But if two employees are fucking with each other and they're on the same level, it's not a problem apparently.
It's just HR.
I've always heard
it's
that.
probably just HR.
Yeah, it'll be
violation.
It can still be a violation, but it won't necessarily get you fired. Because I've known teachers that work together and they end up fucking with each other, get married, and they still in the same school. It's never been a problem. You know what I'm saying? But the second that teacher decides to deal with the principal,
somebody who's a higher up,
and all of a sudden you see him taking a little bit longer of a lunch, or all of a sudden they parking a little closer, they don't got the regular teacher parking. You got to hey, what's going on back there? And then you realize, oh, they're fucking with the principal, and now they're getting raises, and now they're getting an opportunity nobody else is getting, and all of a sudden they're the fucking volleyball coach just to make an extra $10,000 a year, and they wasn't really qualified for that job, and you're like, okay, this is where there's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and I want
very specific examples. I'm not talking about anybody I know.
Let me circle back for a bit as well, because also Joy was on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon.
That's how I knew Joy.
And yes, that's how we all knew. Well, that's how I knew. We both knew Joy.
Right.
But apparently, the exec wanted Joy to be on Undisputed. Skip didn't want her. Skip didn't want Joy. Apparently,
she probably wasn't giving up the pussy. 1.5.
Apparently,
she drive a hard bargain. How you turn that down?
Apparently, they went out to dinner. The exec is trying to coerce Skip into letting her on. Apparently, she came to dinner dressing all provocative and stuff. Yeah, so she, and it's unfortunate because you feel me. This is Jason Taylor's sister. One of the best. This is Jason Taylor's sister. One of the greatest defensive players from the Miami Dolphins of all time. This is Jason Taylor's sister.
Might be the greatest Miami Dolphin defensive player.
That's what I'm saying.
Zach Taylor is really
that's what I'm saying.
Sam Madison.
Yeah, Sam. But
I'll give it to Zach Taylor because they're both in the Hall of Fame.
But like, this is somebody's sister who's a former Hall of Famer in the NFL, and we figured that has something to do with her being in this position that she's in. But apparently, she's been using that box. And this is only
she been using that. I love when Kamal comes on here with the formal dressing. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you understand. Bitch, she was in her box. All right.
And this
I don't
is
give a fuck
only
when I'm dressed like the bitch. She was in a box.
And this is only
facts.
This is only from the side from the hairdresser. This is the only thing she knows.
Yeah,
so
man,
God willing, whatever else is going on that she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. No, shout out to the hairdresser for moving righteous and turning down that 1.5 million.
That's what
because you're bugging.
That's what
I'm gonna say though, because if it wasn't for her though, for real, that dude Charlie could be going through a situation right now, or the executives who I'm referring to. The executive dude could be going through a situation where he could have been shoulder deep into a lawsuit already, and if this woman would ever said something, then we would just be believing Joy Taylor, like, oh, this guy was making sexual advances on her. Whole time she playing the game.
That's what I'm saying. Joy Taylor is an evil motherfucker. Evil motherfucker. No, that's some low level dirt.
Nah,
like that's
shit,
like
G-shit.
No, that's one of the worst mindsets any woman can have. Because
G-shit.
easily when you stamp that allegation on somebody, you're automatically gonna garner their sympathy.
It's
automatic.
It's
automatic.
So selfish.
So selfish.
It's so selfish.
And the fact that you was playing ball. It's not like, you feel me? If it's consensual, you was playing ball, you know what it was. He knew what it was, okay?
Yeah, y'all both out of pocket.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all both out of pocket, but y'all together.
If you were in the hairdresser position and he genuinely was... doing whatever advances and you wasn't feeling it and you actually let it happen because you really felt like it was going to let you climb the ranks. And not to say that wasn't the case. Maybe that was how y'all initially got involved. But then for you to be telling people, yo, don't worry. If this shit go left, I got something for that ass. Like,
nah,
I'm going to say he forced me. You sure?
He coerced, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sure?
see? And there's a lot, that's been the downfall of a lot of men. Some fake allegations.
Yeah.
And
once again, though, Charlie, you're dead ass wrong still.
Oh, he's 100% wrong. And shout out for her not taking that 1.5. She was righteous. You see what I mean?
If that was my wife, I'm looking at it like, yo, you need to take that 1.5. Matter of fact, you better take that. Matter of fact, this relationship is over. If you don't give that box up for 1.5, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. 1.5, you give it up the box. I'm telling my mother she got to do what she got to do. 1.5?
I'm kicking that bitch to the curb, nigga.
You wouldn't let your wife fuck somebody for $1.5 million?
No.
You crazy as hell. Marv, I need to hear your thoughts. It's a. Oh, I'm on my own?
On my mother,
I'm on my own in this?
On my mother.
He put that on his mother.
On my mother. On my mother. She gotta go. God. You wanna act like you for the streets? That's where you going.
1.5. It's not for the streets.
Yes.
She's trying to buy the village. She's trying to buy the streets for 1.5.
Guess what?
1.5. If I don't got 1.5, wifey, you need to get out there and go do what you gotta do.
I ain't pimping out my wife.
1.5
no shot.
Though.
I don't give a
1.5. 10 million.
No.
You see how you started?
No.
He fucking lying.
No.
He's fucking lying.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
I want to hear what you gotta say.
We wouldn't be together after that. I'll take the money, but we won't be together. It's over for that.
Word?
On God. On God. I wouldn't be able to look at the same.
I guess it's because I done had my bitch fuck so many times by different niggas. Like, so many. Like I could care less. Like that shit don't bother me. Like what? You talking about 10 million?
I wouldn't be able to look at it the same.
I wouldn't be able to look at myself the same. No, we passed up on 10 million.
Nah, I'm gonna have the money, and then
I'm not gonna have the money.
I'm not gonna have her. You feel me? It's either the money or her. It's not both. I'm not gonna have the money and her.
I feel that.
You feel me? It's either one or the other.
I feel that.
But see, not everybody's about the money, or else we would have never had this.
I don't even think it's about the money. I'm more just so.
No, I'm talking about in that situation.
Yeah, shout out to the sister that definitely turned that down, and she whistle blew the fuck out this. But shout out to her because she might have been saving lives, literally and figuratively.
And it's funny because now people going back and there's a conversation with Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks talking about, people say they won't do it for the money, but if they're in that situation, you're like, oh, you never know, and. There's other clips of Joyce saying, you don't know what I had to do to get in this position. I had to work and, work my ass off. And everybody's like, you was working all right. You was working all right. You was bringing joy to everybody at FS1.
Shit.
Whole lot of joy.
I need y'all to do me a favor. Go home and Google Mila Kimes because we need to check on that woman and make sure she's okay. Because if they making sexual advances on a hairdresser and everybody else, have you ever seen Mila Kimes, dog?
I fuck with Mila.
I'll risk it all for Mila.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Are you kidding me? If they're making sexual advances on a hairdresser in the background, Mila, I'm hoping you good. Blink twice. If you're not, shorty, let's just listen. DM me. We can make sure you're good. We will make sure you're good because listen, that shit happened to Joy. They got some fucking dimes up at ESPN and FS1, son. And they got them.
It's unfortunate because when women do get in a position of power, people would say, "Oh, she probably slept away to the top." It's unfortunate.
I think that shit is fucking trash. I hate that.
That's what I agree.
Ideology.
I agree. Like she can't do it because of merit. But then when you see situations like this, it's like, oh, she really did sleep away at the top.
Yeah.
Like it's not good for the narrative, Joy. You're down bad. You're doing bad. And it was so funny. I saw a clip of FS1 yesterday. I mean on Monday. It was just very awkward. It is funny. She was pulled up looking like a nun. Them titties was away, nigga. First day back, she
pulled up first day back after all this allegations. Oh yeah, I gotta go watch that episode.
She about to convert to Islam.
I ain't seen FS1 since Shannon left for since Skip left.
I mean, I'll watch clips and stuff sometimes when I see stuff scrolling. But I had to see what was going. But it was just hilarious.
Damn.
It was just and everybody was like, damn. Everybody knows this is true about Emmanuel Acho because during this drop during Sunday during the last week of the season, he said he hasn't tweeted in 7 hours. We know we got him. We know we got him because his chatty patty ass is constantly updating, constantly tweeting. So
damn, man.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at the end of this. We'll see.
Yeah, this shit is wicked, man. I don't know, but I mean, while we here talking about sports, I feel like we got to talk about a couple things happen. Matter of fact, go ahead. You saying you about to
All right, so we talking about sports. I want your opinion.
No, talk to me.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes was a Pro Bowl snub?
Nah, he was fucking terrible this year.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer. He was horrible.
I agree. So it was the AFC. It was Burrow, Allen, and Lamar.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page there.
Who was the NFC Pro Bowlers? Baker better have been up there.
No, I don't think
Baker
it was Baker.
wasn't a Pro Bowler?
No, it was Jared Goff, Sam Darnold, and I think it was Jaden Daniels. I think
They put Sam Darnold
Sam Darnold
over Baker.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. The third one, Jaden Daniels, you might have to look that up, but I know it was Jared Goff and Sam Darnold for a fact. I know that for a fact.
I'm not mad at Jaden Daniels and
Jaden. Come on.
I'm not mad at Jaden Daniels, but that's ridiculous if they left Baker Mayfield off for 40 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't know how many touchdowns Sam Darnold got, but it ain't 40. There's no way he's close to that.
So
the Vikings defense had a lot to do.
I would like you to rank these guys in order.
As far as
I want you to rank.
I mean, Lamar for sure should win
Lamar,
MVP.
No. I'm talking about as quarterbacks. Lamar, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen.
Personally, I'm taking Lamar, Burrow, Allen. What about you?
You know ball.
Huh?
You know ball.
Yeah.
Same order.
I'm taking, Lamar, Burrow.
I agree. I
like Josh Allen. I don't love him.
I think Josh Allen's an amazing quarterback. But the thing is, you got to realize, you have to look at Lamar Jackson's trajectory as a career. Mm-hmm. People don't even look at that.
He's playing
how he's grown. Coming out, they didn't even want him at quarterback. They thought he was going to play something else. He said, "No, I'm a quarterback."
Right.
He was the last pick of the first round.
Right.
The fifth quarterback off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And in his rookie season, they tailored the offense toward him and his legs. It was run-heavy offense.
Right.
It was success. Oh, my gosh, look, he's amazing. He's amazing. Oh, well, there's no film on it yet. Nobody can see that yet. So they got a new OC, started opening up. And he just took off. Yeah, and he had the second best passer rating in NFL history this year.
Bro, he's the only quarterback to ever throw for 40 touchdowns and less than 5 interceptions.
Yeah,
he had 4 picks, bro.
I know. And 3 of them went through someone's hands.
Yo, bro.
It's unbelievable. He had the least turnover-worthy plays.
That's exactly why I have to take him number 1. It's just he doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't make turnovers. He has his legs. Josh Allen can run too. Joe Burrow's a lot more athletic. People give him credit for it, but he's like a super threat with his legs. It could be 3rd and 13, and okay, we have a chance because if we put him back in, we gotta throw a long pass. Shit, if they don't respect his legs, he's gone. And he's going for 20-something. He's not going for just 13. He's gone. He's just so much of a threat. It's there's nothing you can do, and he won't make the mistakes that we've seen Josh Allen have just turnover-riddled whole seasons where he had 20-plus turnovers. So
not recently, though.
Just last year.
He did?
Last year, he had 20 turnovers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Last year, if I'm not mistaken, he was top 2, top 3 in turnovers last year. And that was the biggest issue. Everybody was yo, we can't trust if Buffalo's going to be good or not because they keep having these turnovers. And that's also why Stephon Diggs was getting so mad because it was yo, bro, the only way they ended up winning the last 4 or 5 games of last year because they stopped throwing it completely. They were yo, we just going to run. And Josh Allen barely threw for 150 yards in any of the last 4 or 5 games, but they won all of them because they were just yo, let's just run. Run. Josh Allen, you running too, averaging 70 yards rushing a game. We just gonna do what it's gonna do to get us in the playoffs because they realized he was just too turnover prone throwing the ball. He was horrible, but so I don't trust him. Joe Burrow is a fucking slinger.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty's
a bad boy.
I'm giving it to him. I give Joe his respect. Joe, I like Joe.
Yo, you got to realize the season they had. Think about it. The Bengals had the passing yards leader.
Yep.
The passing touchdowns leader. Mm-hmm. The Triple Crown receiver.
Jamar Chase officially won the Triple Crown?
Triple Crown.
Wow.
Hendrickson had the sack champion.
Yeah, damn.
And they didn't make the playoffs.
That's insane.
They didn't make the playoffs.
That's such an anomaly. Yeah. That has to be a one-of-one situation.
Their defense was historically bad, especially early. The Joe Burrow might have had the best year of his career. Sneakily.
Statistically, yeah.
Sneakily.
Yeah.
Sneakily. They didn't make the playoffs.
Damn,
It's
yo,
unfortunate.
that is insane. My son Jamal won the Triple Crown. That's
Yeah,
so dope.
Triple Crown.
That's like the 4th time it's ever even happened.
Yeah, literally. For they literally said it. It was him,
Sterling
Cooper
Sharp,
Cup,
Cooper Cup.
Steve Smith.
No, Sterling Sharp. Oh, Steve
Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
I think those are the only.
Steve Smith, Sterling Sharp, and I think there's one like name that we can't remember.
like way back.
Yeah.
Cooper Cup. But yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, Triple Crown winner. But they about to break the bank for him. Whatever he wants, he getting. As far as his money's concerned, whatever he wants, he's gonna get. But I think definitely Josh Allen is third on that list, and that's no disrespect to Josh Allen.
Yeah, this
is
at
no
all.
disrespect to him at all.
It's just no way I'm gonna put him over Burrow or.
Now he doesn't have the weapons Joe Burrow has, yes, but Joe Burrow doesn't have the defense Josh Allen has. Joe Burrow doesn't have the line Josh Allen has. So it's give or take, but I'm taking Lamar and then I'm taking Joe Burrow. And I think Lamar's just wrapped up his third MVP.
Yeah, because look, I'm looking at Josh Allen. Last year, 2023, Josh Allen, he had 29 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. That's horrible.
Yeah.
18 picks. That's more than
one
one a game.
Yeah, that's more than one a game.
That's one a game. The year before that, 35 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. That's still almost one a game, and I'm not including fumbles.
Yeah,
the year before that, 36 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Like, that's 3 consistent years. That's way too. That 15 interceptions, it would take Lamar 3-4 seasons to get that.
Well, based off this last season.
Right. Based off, but even prior to that, Lamar, I don't think Lamar has had a double-digit interception season. Like,
no, I don't think
he's
so.
Been, bro.
He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally.
They got the fumbles right here. He had 18 interceptions last year, 7 fumbles, bro. And the year he had 15 interceptions, 13 fumbles. 28 turnovers, bro. Last year, 25 turnovers. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, he's way too motherfucking turnover prone. Like, he's just having a good year.
He's a great quarterback. Great quarterback. He's carrying his team. No disrespect to him, but yeah, the other two is just amazing. And unfortunate they're in the AFC North. It's just very unfortunate. I know you wanted to bring up another sports topic.
Well,
I don't know what you're gonna say, but I just wanted to take it there.
I just want to hear your thoughts on the fact that, yo, bro, they actually sat Saquon for that motherfucking last game, bro.
Okay, so this is my thoughts on that.
I want to hear what you had, because Saquon Barkley had the chance to break Eric Dickerson's all-time record.
Yeah, he had 101 rushing yards, and he could have done that.
Against the New York Giants, I could have got 100 rushing yards. Literally, like. So I'm trying to figure out, like, bro.
So my thing is,
do you think it was a team decision? Do you think he should have did that? Or
it was definitely a team decision, and you got to realize the year before, last year, in a meaningless game, last game of the season, A.J. Brown went down. They didn't have him available for the playoffs. So I think that's also
PTSD.
on Sirianni. Like, literally, he played in a meaningless game. He got hurt, wasn't available for the playoffs. I personally think I understand the record, but they got a bigger goal in mind. So
yeah, nah, for sure. You're right.
They got a bigger. This is against the Giants. Like this is
And not for nothing too. If Saquon was to go down in that last game of the season, Sirianni might lose his job.
That's what I'm saying.
He already could lose his job if they don't make it to the NFC Championship.
They would have been. The Eagles fans would have.
Yeah, because on paper that team is so
unbelievable,
so fucking talented.
Yeah,
bro. And they're just cashing in on draft picks. They're just winning right now. They've hit on so many draft picks.
Everybody just felt
Jalen Hurts, fucking Devontae Smith, bro on the line. I forget his name.
What's his name?
Then they found him motherfucking like Australia or some shit. Turned him into a fucking defense, to offensive lineman. Like they got the whole D line. They drafted like half of them. They
got everybody from Georgia too.
I'm about to say I forgot who their middle linebacker is, but I think he's like leading the league.
Zach Bond.
Is that his name? They have a dog at that.
Zach Bond. He came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. They 2 DBs they just drafted this year that are balling.
Quinion Mitchell.
Mitchell and the white boy. I forget his name.
Why can't I think of his name?
I think his name's like Cooper or some shit.
I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name.
Cooper
DeJean. Cooper DeJean.
His name is Cooper.
Cooper DeJean.
That wasn't racist. His name. That's like the whitest name. Like Tanner, Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Great white names.
They got Jalen Carter on the line, who's a dog, who fell to them. Because of
that's what I'm saying. Like their drafting has been A1. They just keep hitting on draft picks, bro. So they're really at a they're in a point where it's hit or miss. They gotta get this.
I think they're so far beyond that record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And not for nothing too. Even if Saquon would have broke the record, there's always gonna be an asterisk next to it that it was 17 games for him.
But you can say
but to crack 2,016 games is something that I would stand on. I'd be like if niggas are talking about Derrick Henry, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I did it in 16 though. Like, let's just make sure we know that.
But
no disrespect, Derrick Henry.
We can say the same thing about Eric Dickerson's record. Juice did it in 14. Technically,
this is true.
Everybody's chasing Juice. Talk about yards per game. Nobody has more yards per game than Juice.
Yeah.
He did 2K in 14 games.
But it was like the 70s. There was only like 10 black players.
But you can say the same thing as far as this extra game. You know, you can say this. I'm just saying as far as the argument's concerned.
I feel that.
Nobody has more. Even Eric Dickerson has the yardage record, but nobody has the yards per game like Juice.
I ain't gonna lie. When it's all said and done, bro, Derrick Henry might be a top 5 running back of all time.
I told you that.
I didn't realize that.
That's why you remember.
Bro, he cracked 1,900 yards.
1,900, bro. And he had 15 touchdowns.
When I realized, I'm like, yo, 1,900 yards is such a weird number. And then I was like, yo, I don't think anybody's ever hit 1,900. You either like get 1,800 or 2,000. And then I realized there's only been one other person to hit 1,900 yards ever in the history of NFL football. Do you know who it is? I want you to take a guess.
Take a guess? Shaun Alexander.
Close, but no. Shaun Alexander had like 1860.
You said close? What do you mean by close?
By close meaning he was close to 1900. He had 1860. Close? No, you're not close at all. Different era. You're probably not gonna guess it. A franchise doesn't even exist no more, and that might have gave it away. Let's do it.
Houston Oilers. Then you gotta be talking about the Oilers.
Am I necessarily talking about the Oilers?
No. You don't. It doesn't have to be.
It
could be the Baltimore Colts.
That's what I'm saying. As I said, technically don't exist no more.
Was it Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson? No.
Oh, Earl Campbell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Earl Campbell. I already knew.
Earl Campbell. Yeah, you said he still was. I wanted to throw you up. I was like, nah, fuck that. I knew I gave it away too much.
Earl Campbell.
I gave it away as soon as I said that. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, Earl Campbell's the only other person that had 1,900 rushing yards.
And he had Derrick Henry is the only player to have 19 in 2000.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying,
bro. And he's 30.
I know.
He just ran for 1,900 yards, bro. He's 30. And it don't look like he's slowing down. It's like he got at least another year or two in his prime.
Easily.
Another year or two where you could get me 1,000.
Yes.
You could go get me 1,000.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying?
Easily. But he's been also.
And last year, didn't he have like fucking 17 or something
like that?
Like 16, like bro.
And
what?
And now he has Lamar. He has fat backfield. So
and yeah, I mean he's taking a lot of load off Lamar's legs. Lamar didn't run for 1,000 yards for the first time in 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have to.
Exactly, because he didn't have to. Right? Because I got a fucking pit bull.
A horse in the back.
Yeah, I got a fucking horse in the backfield that nobody want nothing to do with.
I got a purebred right behind me.
And I love Derrick Henry's style, bro, because as big as he is, bro, he's so finesse. He's so just I'm faster than you. Like, and it doesn't make sense.
I'm telling you, I told you he's more of a speed back. People try, you feel me? That it was when I had the segment of he's more of a speed back than a power back. It was a lot of controversy. A lot of people.
Yeah. And one more time in sports news, I do want to hear your thoughts on this whole Jimmy Butler thing that's been going on with the Miami Heat. And Jimmy Butler, he all of a sudden he wants out. And you know when Jimmy wants out, he getting out of there.
It's funny. It's crazy because there are Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley. Those are 2 immovable objects. Both of them very alpha stubborn, males, yep. Very alpha. Very, I want things my way. Mm-hmm. So when that clash because we all know Jimmy Butler, hasn't been as far as a teammate's concerned. When he was up in Minnesota, he called Cat soft.
Yeah.
When he was out in Chicago, they would fight at practices.
Yeah.
His blow up in Philly.
Yep.
So he has a history of that, but Pat Riley also has his own history of being very cutthroat, very my way or the highway, very you'll see you're not going to win this fight. So I think it was a clash of 2 alphas. It was funny. I saw an interview. It was a throwback interview when Shaq was on the Heat. This was after their championship run, and they had a down year. They took the year off.
Right.
And one of the players was a little bit late. Pat said, "Get out." And Shaq, being the leader of the team, was like, no, Pat, I think we're going to work through it. Pat looked at him and said, "You get out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out." He's like, "You get the fuck out."
Shaq.
He said, "You get the fuck out." And he's home or whatever.
I think we're going to work through it.
His agent reaches out. He's like, "Yo, bro, I don't know, man. You might want to load up the U-Haul." And Shaq was like, "You're being funny or whatever." Next thing he knows, he's like, yo, bro, load up the U-Haul. You just got traded. And Shaq, now he's on his way back to the facility. He said he pulls up. There's 30 cops outside. They're like, Shaq, we can't let you go in there. We cannot let you go back in the facility. Whatever the things you need in your locker, we'll deliver them to you. You cannot go back in the facility. They never let him back in the facility. Because you can't let him. Come on now. That's King Kong. You can't do that. You can't let a mean Shaq in your facility.
You need a gun for Shaq.
What? You need a tranquilizer. You need a tranquilizer.
Nobody's physically stopping Shaq.
He was like, there's 30 cops outside. You might need 50 more. That might not be enough.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the first round. But
if you don't got 3-4 Mike Tysons out there, I don't think you take a Shaq out. And even that might not stop.
But it was just they just bought that came to the limelight with everything that was going on with Jimmy Butler.
I didn't know that. That's funny as hell.
Yeah. So I think it's an unstoppable force beats an immovable object type of battle.
Where would Jimmy end up going is the important question.
That's a great question.
Isn't Jimmy Butler like 35? He's got to be old.
Maybe, yeah. He got to be like, I'll say like 32.
How old is Jimmy Butler? 32?
Jimmy Butler.
35 on the money.
Wow. Yeah. I know he's a little older. I know he's older. I know he's 35.
Yeah, but that's crazy. But nowadays in the NBA, motherfuckers play till they 40 like it's nothing. Like,
No.
Kevin Durant's like, if Jimmy Butler's 35, Kevin Durant can't be no younger than 37.
No, you said nobody played. Only LeBron's the anomaly.
Yeah, you're right.
By the time people are 40, they end up like Vince Carter. They end up like Dirk, where it's ceremonial. You feel me? Where you're the bet. No, like LeBron is just revolutionized. You can't compare anything to LeBron. Well, it's only LeBron that plays until 40, like that. You feel me? Even Chris Paul, he's playing, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, on that note,
guys, this has been episode 135 of the Free Gems podcast. We got a lot of
shit coming up, man. Yes. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Listen, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tap in. And
this is going to be a wonderful year. Stay tuned with us. We appreciate y'all who've been rocking with us since day one. And if you're a new fan, welcome. Because guess what? This train is not stopping. It's not stopping.
College football on the way. We're going to talk about that next week, too. Because shit's getting interesting. Yep.
Thursday's
shit's getting very interesting. Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all, man. Tune in. We're going to see y'all soon. See you next week. We gone.